Hello again and welcome to class 811. All right, we never stop progressing. We always progress. That's the only alternative. Digression is not an alternative. All right, vocabulary, page 176. 176. Number, no sé qué, about number 11. Materias primas, raw materials, raw, o sea, crudas materias. Raw, como la ley, law, quitas la L, R, raw es crudo. Carne cruda es raw meat. Raw meat. In the raw means desnudo, in the raw. Ella estaba al crudo. In the raw. Okay, materias primas, raw materials. Pista de aterrizaje, runway, también de despegue, es lo mismo. Runway, run como correr, el camino de correr. Runway. All right, the runway. Can you see the runway? No, I can't see the runway. Well, let's do a turnaround and come back and try to land again. If you can't see the runway, don't try to land. But we don't have any fuel. Combustible ya no hay. There's no fuel. Well, then you have a problem. Runway, escudo, shield. A shield. A sword and a shield. A shield. In the United States and Canada, para el parabrisas de un coche, we say windshield. Escudo vientos, contra vientos. Windshield. In Great Britain and Ireland, they say windscreen, o sea, pantalla contra vientos. Screen is pantalla. Shield is escudo. Windshield. A shield. To escudarme contra los dardos. To shield me, myself. Shield. Columna vertebral, spine, escrito spine. There are two expressions for la columna vertebral, también en español, espina dorsal y columna vertebral. We say spine, escrito spine, spine. O sea, espina, spine. Sin embargo, con un pescado no son espinas, son huesos, huesitos, bones. Ten cuidado con las espinas. Be careful with the bones when you're eating fish. But this is my spine. Spine, all right? Backbone is a synonym for spine. However, usually we use the word backbone figuratively. No tiene suficientes agallas para afrontar la realidad. You don't have a backbone. O sea, te falta vértebras de fuerza personal. You don't have the backbone. You need a stronger backbone if you want to be a good teacher. Eres muy pusilánime. You're very pusillanimous in English. You need a stronger backbone. But spine, anatómicamente decimos spine. Spinal cord. Cuerda espinal, literalmente. Spinal cord. Cord, como suena. Spinal cord. Vocal cords, cuerdas vocales, vocal cords, spinal cord. All right. Espesura, grosor, thickness. Thick es grueso, también espeso. Me gustan los purés muy espesos. Yeah, thickness, la espesura o el espesor. I don't know which word, grosor o grosura, no, grosor. Espesura del bosque o espesor, espesura del bosque, ¿no? Espesor del puré, no es la espesura. Okay, but English, thickness. All right, mendigar is to beg. To beg means rogar, suplicar, implorar, mendigar, to beg. Se dice mucho, I beg your pardon. Ruego su perdón. Se usa muchísimo en inglés, pero muchísimo. En Reino Unido y en Estados Unidos. Cuando no has entendido, perdone, ¿me lo puede repetir? I beg your pardon. Así, tan rápido. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon, ruego su perdón. I beg your pardon, I beg your pardon, I beg your pardon. Yeah. Oh, ay, perdone. Yeah, I beg your pardon. Pero aquí se usa probably más excuse me, sorry, excuse me. All right? I beg your pardon, I beg your pardon. Mendigar is to beg. A beggar es un mendigo. Un pordiosero. Por Dios. It's a beggar. A beggar. Beggars can't be choosers. Memoriza esto. Beggars can't be choosers. O sea, los mendigos no pueden ser elegidores, literalmente. Choosing. O sea, un mendigo no puede ser tiquismiquis en lo que quiere. Acepta lo que sea. All right. Oh, I need a pencil, Richard. I need a pencil. Necesito un lápiz. I need a pencil, Richard. Please, please. Okay, here, a pencil. No, blue pencils. No, I don't like blue pencils. Hey, beggars can't be choosers. To choose is elegir o escoger. But a chooser is alguien que es un poco tiquismiquis, muy exquisito. No, no. So we say beggars can't be choosers. That means, si estás suplicando de rodillas, luego no me digas que lo prefieres con sal y pimienta. No. Here, un mendrugo de pan. Anything. Beggars can't be choosers. Beg, to beg, I'm begging, to begging. How often do you see a beggar, Richard? Every day. Every day. I walk, I pass. I probably see, in a normal day in which I move around the city, I probably see about 10 beggars a day. Yeah, sentados. Or sometimes they're playing the flute, sometimes they're playing the accordion. Buenas tardes. Yeah, ¿qué tal la familia? So they're playing. And I leave a coin once or twice a year. Not very often. Not very often. All right, beggar, to beg. Partir, salir is to depart. Bueno, is to leave, to depart. To depart is a technical word for salir. O sea, el avión sale a las 3. La hora de salida, the departure time. Departure lounge. La sala de salidas, donde you go. In the departure lounge. What time is departure? The plane departs, the plane leaves. Olvida depart. Only for understanding. Leaves. ¿A qué hora sale el avión? What time does the plane leave? Okay. But technically, what time does the plane depart? To depart. Guardar un secreto is to keep a secret. To keep a secret. Some people can't keep a secret. Some people have trouble keeping a secret. Me, no problem. You can tell me any of your secrets and I promise to keep the secret. Yeah, I promise to. My word of honor. Word of honor. Word of honor. Palabra de honor. Mantener el secreto hasta la tumba. Yeah? Don't say a word. Don't say a word. No digas ni una palabra. Don't say a word. This is a secret. Can you keep a secret? To keep a secret. Don't make promises. Y keep a promise. También se dice mantener una promesa. Se dice guardar una promesa. I promised after the last class yesterday to tell Marta the joke about dormido and durmiendo. And I remembered. I kept my promise. I can see. I kept my promise. La que sí, ¿cómo se dice? I kept my promise. Didn't I? Porque es pasado simple. I kept my promise. Didn't I? Yes, you did, Richard. Yeah. Yes, you did. Recalcar, señalar is to point out. Resaltar, to point out. To point, I'm pointing at you. I'm pointing to Marta. I'm pointing at Marta. I'm pointing to. Estoy señalando en dirección de Marta. I'm pointing to. Pointing at means it's more aggressive, let's say, pointing at. Now, to point out, quiero señalar la importancia de esto. Quiero señalar hoy que los edificios de atrás no son reales. Quiero señalar o recalcar o hacer hincapié en ese hecho. I want to point out that these buildings are not real. All right. Yeah. They are imaginary buildings. Abofetear, toma, to slap. Slap, slap, slap. Hey, Richard, have you ever been slapped? Yeah. How many times? Has a woman ever slapped you? Yeah. How many times? Once in Spain, and once in the States, I think. Only twice. He sido buen chico, ¿no? Me han dado una manotazo solo. Only. Well, aquí, un manotazo es más como mal chico. Y una bofetada es más. All right. So, but a slap can be both. Manotazo. Now, in the United States, mothers and fathers don't slap their children. Esto de que llaman aquí colleja is de aquí. I've never seen that in another country. Maybe in Italy, maybe in Turkey, but not in the United States. No, I've never seen that. No. I mean, in my generation, when we were little, if we did something bad, it was bam, squiffy. It burns, okay, and things. But a bofetero is to slap. Slap. S-L-A-P, slap, como suena, slap. Dar por sentado is to take for granted. No des por sentado que voy a estar aquí para siempre, eh? Don't take for granted. To take for granted. Literalmente, tomar por concedido. No tiene sentido. Tomar por concedido. Bah, Richard seguirá aquí muchos años más. Bull. Bull significa toro, ¿no? Pero es una forma corta de decir bullshit. And bullshit means tonterías, que eso no. Bull. I won't be here forever, so don't take for granted that I will be here forever. And don't take me for granted. No me tomes por como cosa concedida, eh? You know, don't take me for granted. All right, don't take for granted. Se usa mucho eso. También, doy por sentado que vas a estar en la fiesta, ¿no? I take for granted you're going to be in the party, aren't you? I take it for granted. Trabalenguas. Tongue twister. Bailar el twist. To twist is torcer, torsión, to twist. To twist my arm. Me está torciendo el brazo. Vale, tú ganas. He dado el brazo a torcer. O sea, en inglés lo hacemos al revés. Torcerle el brazo a otro. To twist. And to, let's dance the twist like we did last summer. Let's dance the twist like we did last year. Do you remember when? The twist. Aquí cuando viene en español, bailar el twist, the twist. And twister is another word for tornado. It's a twister. Había una película, Twister. So, but el tuerce lenguas is el trabalenguas. A tongue twister. She sells seashells by the seashore. ¿Cómo? She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. Ella vende conchas de mar a orillas del mar. She sells seashells, conchas de mar, conchas marinas. She sells, ella vende. She sells sea de mar, seashells, conchas, by, al lado de, the seashore, la orilla del mar. She sells seashells by the seashore. Yeah, it's a good tongue twister. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked. Pedro el flautista. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, de pimientos, ensalada, I don't know. Peter and Rubber Baby, my father's favorite tongue twister was Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers. Lo he mencionado aquí alguna vez. Para choques de goma en cochecitos de niño. Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers. Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers. These are tongue twisters. Tongue twisters. In Spanish, the most famous tongue twister, I think it's tres tristes tigres comieron trigo en un triste trigal. Yeah, it's not difficult. That's not a difficult one. El cielo está ladriado, ¿quién lo desenladriará? El desenladriador, ¿quién lo desenladre? Buen desenladriador. It's a tongue twister. It's a tongue twister. Tongue twister. Finally, advertencia. Aviso, warning. Advertencia de peligro o consecuencias malas. A warning. This is a warning. Either you come to class every day, out, or the door is over there. Either you come here every day to this class, or you're out. You're gone, my friend. It's a warning. Te doy un aviso, Que siempre le aviso. Okay. It's a warning. To give you a warning. So be careful. Yeah, how much time do we have left, Marta? Oh my God. Yeah, we have a lot of time. A lot of time. We have plenty of time. All right. Learn to speak up. Page 208. Wow. List 38, 39, and 40. And then that's it. This is the antepenúltimo. This is the... No existe la expresión antepenúltimo en inglés. Existe antepenultimate, but nobody says it. This is the third from the last. The third from the last, the next to last, the last. All right, page 208. Casi nadie sabe mi nombre real. Hardly anyone. Hardly anybody knows my last name. Hardly anyone, hardly anybody, hardly anyone knows my last name. Hardly anyone. Hardly. Lo contrario, almost everyone. Casi todos, todo el mundo. Almost everyone, hardly anyone. Hardly anyone knows my last name. Casi todo el mundo se quedó dormido. Almost everyone fell asleep. Almost everyone fell asleep. Fell asleep. Almost everyone. Me no. But almost everyone fell asleep. Los dos se quedaron dormidos. Both of them fell asleep, no? Yeah. Both of them, los dos, se quedaron dormidos. Both of them fell asleep, or they both fell asleep. But I didn't. They did, but I didn't. They did, but I didn't. Both of them, los dos, ambos. O they both. They both fell asleep. Se usó más el segundo. They both fell asleep. Ni el uno ni el otro se quedó dormido. Neither one of them fell asleep, or neither of them fell asleep. Neither of them or neither one of them. Se usa más neither one of them, creo. Neither one of them. Neither of them. Neither of them is more literary. Neither one of them is more natural in speech. Ninguno de los dos, vamos, se quedó dormido. Neither one of them fell asleep. Todos ellos se quedaron dormidos. Bueno, all of them fell asleep. All of them fell asleep. Yes. Ninguno de ellos, ninguno de los muchos, none of them fell asleep. Esa frase no viene aquí. All right. Muchos se quedaban dormidos el otro día. Okay. None of them fell asleep. Ninguno se quedó dormido. None of them de ellos muchos. None of them fell asleep. Lo contrario, all of them fell asleep. Y también they all fell asleep. They all fell asleep. Yeah. All of them fell asleep. Some of them, both of them, si son dos, ambos se quedaron. Both of them fell asleep. Ninguno de los dos, siendo dos, neither of them, or neither one of them fell asleep. Si son tres o más, none of them. Dos, neither of them fell asleep. Yes. ¿Quién es marroquí? ¿Tú o yo? Who's Moroccan? You or me? Neither of us is Moroccan. Who's Moroccan? You, me, or Marta? None of us. Porque ya son tres. None of us. None of us fell asleep. None of us are Moroccan. Okay. Había mucha gente, pero ninguno de ellos eran socios. There were a lot of people, but none of them were members. Hecho partner. Partner es socio de una empresa. Socio de un club es miembro. There were a lot of people, but none of them, ninguno de ellos was were members. None of them were members. There were a lot of people, but none of them were members. ¿Cuántos de ellos hablan bien inglés? How many of them speak English well? Claro, en español se dice hablan bien inglés. En inglés hablan inglés bien. Nunca pongas well delante. You speak very well English. No, you speak English very well. Ahora, si quieres poner algo antes, dice you speak very good English. Hablas muy buen inglés, un muy buen inglés. You speak very good English. You speak English very well. Ahí le pillas a mucha gente cuando you speak very well English. Pillao. All right. You speak English very well. ¿Cuántos de ellos hablan inglés bien? How many of them speak English well? De los dos, ¿cuál habla bien inglés? Of the two, which one, or which, el one no es opcional, pero se dice, which one speaks better English? No, speaks English well. ¿Cuál habla bien? Which speaks English well? Of the two, which one speaks English well? All right. Hay dos posibilidades, de las cuales ninguna me convence. There are two possibilities, neither of which convinces me. Ninguno de los cuales me convence. Third person singular. There are two possibilities, neither of which convince me. Neither of which. Siguiente. Hay tres posibilidades, de las cuales ninguno me convence. Okay, there are three possibilities, none of which, escrito none, como pares y nones, none of which. There are three possibilities, none of which convinces me. There are two possibilities, neither of which convinces me. All right, none. None es tres o más. Hay dos alternativas, de las cuales las dos son buenas. There are two alternatives, both of which are good. It's a dilemma for me, which. There are two possibilities, both of which are good. Hay tres posibilidades, de las cuales todas son buenas. There are three possibilities, all of which are good. These lists are very, very good for your English, for estructura y conceptos, all of which are good. All right. ¿Quiero todos o ninguno? I want all or none. Todos, eso o nada. I want all, quiero todo o nada. Bueno, todos o ninguno. I want all or none. I want all or none. I want all the pencils. And if I can't have all the pencils, none. Ni uno. Quiero. Si no puedo tenerlos todos. Okay? I want all. No me gusta compartir. I don't like to share. I don't want to share my pencils. I want them all. Como Freddie Mercury. ¿Te acuerdas? I want it all. Lo quiero todo. Yes. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. ¿Qué digo? Interesting guy. Inventar este tipo de letra. Lo quiero todo, lo quiero ahora. I want it all. I want it all, I want it all, and I want it now. All right, okay. A singular person, Mr. Mercury. All right. No puedes tener ninguno de los dos. You can't have either one. You can't have either one. Neither the blue one, some blue? Yeah, dark blue. Neither the blue one nor the white one. I'm sorry, you can't have either one. Both of them are for me. I'm going to keep both of them. You want this one? Sorry, Charlie, but you can't have it. You want this one? Sorry, Charlie, but you can't have it. You can't have either one. You can't have either one. Puedes hacerlo de las dos formas. You can do it either way. Yeah. You can go this direction or you can go that direction. It all comes back to the same point. So you can go either way. Yeah, but I want to go to Santander from Madrid. Yeah. Well, you can go up to Burgos. Well, there are 4 ways to go to Santander. Yeah. I mean, you go to Burgos through El Escudo and up to Santander. You go to Burgos and turn west and go to, I can't remember, yes, and then go up. Or you can go to Segovia, around Segovia, and continue up to I can't remember the name, Palencia, and then continue straight up to Santander. There are several ways. You can go either way. You can go either way. You can go the Burgos Highway or the Coruña Highway. You can go either way. It depends in Madrid. If you live near the Coruña Highway, that's the fastest because you need 20 minutes to get to the Burgos Highway. But if you live near the Burgos Highway, okay, so it really, you can go either way. It probably depends on where you live in Madrid, which route you should take. But I'll tell you more maybe tomorrow. Take care.